You're watching The American on ESPN Plus. Brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And the Air Force Reserve. Start your adventure with the Air Force Reserve. The first round of the American Softball Championship concludes with the Houston Cougars taking on the host institution, Tulsa. Let's take a look at our previous results from the opening round as UCF knocked off East Carolina, and then South Florida run-ruled Memphis. So it'll be a rematch between the Knights and the Bulls tomorrow. The winner of this game between Houston and Tulsa gets the regular season champion, Wichita State Shockers. Chris Mycoskie alongside former ECU softball student athlete Jill Jelnick. Cougars and Hurricane have faced each other a lot in recent memory. In fact, 4 games last weekend. Very familiar.
Which is exactly why tonight's game is going to come down to who can make the adjustments from this previous weekend, both at the plate and in the circle. These are 2 teams with deep pitching staff, so don't be surprised if you see a couple different looks in the circle, and also 2 offenses with a lot of power. So it will come down to timely hitting, and like I said, who can make those adjustments from this past weekend.
Houston and Tulsa split that 4-game series in Houston. Now they play again, but this time at the home of the Golden Hurricane. Let's go to our spotlight players, and we start with the Houston Cougars and all-conference infielder Sarah Queen.
Queen, a veteran on this Cougars team, a super senior, arguably has the most experience on this squad. They will look to her tonight to get things started.
The Toledo transfer for Tulsa, Kylie Norwood, also a first-team all-conference selection.
Norwood, the catalyst of this Tulsa offense. She's a spark plug. She's everything you need in that offensive lineup, as well as a leader both on offense and defense in the field.
She's dancing. She's happy. She is glad that Tulsa is hosting the American Athletic Conference Championship. The Hurricane are very good at home. We'll see how they do today against Houston next on ESPN Plus. You know, for conferences that hold tournaments on campus sites, it's coveted. It is the coaches, the administrators. They certainly put a lot of effort into earning those chances to host for that very reason. Left side, right in front of Stuart Vaughn. Runner is coming. Sarah Barriers scores for Tulsa, and the Golden Hurricane regain the lead. It's now 2-1.
Stop Tulsa from putting them together.
Dels reaches out and puts it into left field. Morgan scores. Perry back to third. Tulsa increases its lead to 3-1.
Once again, Dels comes up clutch with runners in scoring position. This is her second RBI today. A pitch that was low in the zone. She does a nice job dropping the barrel down, getting around on it. But again, timely hitting by Dels has been the difference in this ball game today.
Dels delivering at the plate and in the circle. And her Golden Hurricane now up 3-1 on the Cougars. And the competition is high. Try to draw the best of the best to your campus. First pitch swinging, throw coming home. In there safely. Alexis Perry scores for the Golden Hurricane. It's 4-1.
Perry gets a great jump on this hard hit ball over to first base. Again, Perry is not someone known for her speed. She's nicknamed Grandma for a reason, but great heads up play. She's able to get a good jump as soon as contact is made. Take a look at it again. Boom. As soon as that contact is made, Perry comes in sliding, gets her foot in there first. Great job by Tulsa extending the lead.
And you saw Shaw not able to get a clean grip on it on the initial exchange from glove to hand. That little double take is probably what made the difference.
Absolutely. Just a little hesitation like that. Every second counts. We've talked about how this game is a game of inches, a game of seconds. And that one ended up being a big one for Tulsa.
Hailing from spring, I imagine she went to a Cougar game or two in her younger days, but this time she's trying to help the Golden Hurricane knock off Houston, and she does it with a big home run to increase the lead to 7-1 over the Cougars.
Briers with the big bat absolutely blasts this one over the left field fence. She got a hold of it and she made great contact and came up clutch with 2 runners on. Take another look at this one. It's a pitch right down the middle, a little bit of a drop in off speed. It looked as if she was ahead of it a little bit, but had enough power behind it to muscle that through and over the fence. Incredible piece of hitting by Briers. Is able to kind of breathe a little bit more, take a little bit of that weight off her shoulders.
Bethany Bush lifts this one to deep left, and it's out of the ballpark. Leadoff solo homer from Bethany Bush. The Cougars within 5.
Bush smiling as she's running around the bases, rounding second base. Bush absolutely blasts this one, and this one looked a little high in the zone, but she levels it out so well, goes with the outside pitch, meets it on the same plane, and lets her power do the rest of the work. A huge smile for Bush as she rounds second base.
I love that shrug as she looks to Coach Vesley at third base. Like, yeah, I guess I could do it. Lifts this one to left. Perry, grandma.
Perry.
Solo home run to give Tulsa an 8-2 lead here in the championship first round.
Alexis Perry absolutely drills this rise ball, levels this ball out, and turns on it as well. This is not an easy pitch to hit. Take another look at it. Look at her hands. Straight to the ball. She keeps her hands up, turns on it, and lifts that one over the left field fence. A beautiful home run by the veteran, the super senior, Alexis Perry.
That's her team leading 10th home run of the season. Gets herself in double digits here on her home field. And Sarah Queen represents the final opportunity for the Houston Cougars. We shine the spotlight on Queen to begin this broadcast. Now it comes down to her against Scott.
A lot of motions flying right now if you're Queen. With 2 outs, your team down. But she can handle it. This is a situation that she's very experienced with. Mature hitter.
The super senior, knowing that this likely will be her final collegiate at-bat.
And that's something that is so tough to keep out of your mind when you're here digging in, trying to focus on this at bat. But that's exactly what she's trying to do here. Just focus on this next pitch. Take it one pitch at a time. Control what she can control. And right now, with 2 strikes, she has to protect.
The 0-2. Nice stab by Perry to close the game for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. And the Hurricane is moving on.
Tomorrow's first semifinal.
They will face Wichita State tomorrow in the semifinal round. One final look at this, Jill.
Oh, beautiful catch by Perry. Who other than Grandma over at third base to make the final out for her team to clinch the win and advance Tulsa into the semifinals tomorrow.
We'll interview our player of the game and the winning head coach next. Tulsa wins 8-2. The Tulsa Golden Hurricane beats Houston 8-2 in the American Softball Championship first round. The Hurricane advances to the semifinals. Well, they'll see Wichita State tomorrow. Joining us now, our player of the game, Shanice Dels from the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Shanice, this is Chris Mycoskie, Jill Jelnick as well. And let's just start with the difficulty of playing Houston for the 5th time. over the past week. How much difficult is it to face a lineup that is so familiar with the Tulsa pitchers, including yourself?
As a pitcher, it is pretty difficult, but I feel like as long as you hit your spots and keep them off balance, you can get the game win.
And Shanice, even when things got a little difficult for you in the circle today, you were still able to remain calm. How do you continue to maintain that composure, not only in the circle, but also when you're up at bat on offense?
Playing the game so long, I think everybody knows, like, once you get flustered, it doesn't really work out. So you just got to stay calm. And I know I have my teammates behind me too, so it was really no reason to get flustered like that.
Do you like the chance to both hit and pitch in the same game? It's such a rarity here at this high of a level.
Oh, yes, I love it, and I never take it for granted.
We talked about how stoic you have been on the mound, but then getting ready for this interview, you're finally showing a smile. We love to see the smile on your face. Congratulations on the victory, and we see you again tomorrow here on ESPN+.
Thank you.
Shanice Dels, part of the winning ball club, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Her victory today moves her to 8-6 on the season, but more importantly, it puts Tulsa into the semifinal round where they will see Wichita State tomorrow. Chrissy Strimple now joining us. Chrissy, it's Chris Mycoskie and Jill Jelnick. And let's just start with the performance of Dels. You put her in the circle to start the game and in the cleanup spot, and she came through in both fashions.
Oh yeah, we just have so much trust in what she does, not only as a pitcher, but also, you know, offensively. And it's great to see her come out, start the game, and just get after it. Pitch one, that was kind of the challenge for her, and then Cassidy Scott to come in and shut the door.
Coach, we talked about earlier this week how quality at bats was going to be key for your offense today. How impressed were you with your hitter's ability to make adjustments, not just from after the following weekend, having played Houston, but also throughout the course of tonight's game?
Oh, I mean, it's what we worked on, you know, this week. We knew who we were going to face. We had a pretty good idea of what pitcher, you know, they were going to start against us. And, you know, the girls came back, watched their at-bats, and just so excited when it shows up on the field. I thought we hit a lot of balls hard. I thought we hit a lot of balls hard right at them. And so, like I said, when you win the quality at-bat competition in the game, you're probably going to come out on top.
Plenty of quality at bats in that fifth inning as you guys put up a 5 spot. Sarah Breyer's home run obviously sticks out, but I want to take you to the 6th to take us through the at bat of Grandma and her ability to put one out of the ballpark to really put a bow on this thing today.
Oh, and honestly, I think her previous at-bats before that, she barreled up, you know, quite a few balls. She had the one out in the first inning, and then just missed a ball. You know, her second bat popped it straight up, but really on the barrel. So I thought she was seeing the ball well all day. Just happy that she kind of ran into one girl, threw a little rise ball up at her, and she just tattooed that.
Alexis Perry, the senior leader of this ball club. And Coach, we really appreciated you letting us in on some nicknames during our visit earlier this week. Those came in handy today, and we look forward to using them again tomorrow. But before we let you go, the challenge of facing Wichita State, you get them on your home field, which is a huge advantage. But that Shocker ball club has been outstanding all season long.
Just another great opponent. We know that AAC is tough all the way through, that for us to win this, we were going to have 3 tough games. The focus was always been on Houston today, and now it's back to Wichita State, and nothing else matters.
Coach, we appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, guys.
Chrissy Strimple, head coach of the victorious Tulsa Golden Hurricane, as on their home field, they pick up an 8-2 victory over the Houston Cougars, moving in to the conference semifinals tomorrow against the Shockers. 3 games complete at the American Conference Championship Tournament at the Collins Softball Complex in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We saw UCF win our opener, then South Florida, and now Tulsa into the semifinal round. We'll see you again tomorrow on ESPN Plus. We'll get started at 4 o'clock Eastern time with Knights versus Bulls. Then at 7 Eastern, Hurricane versus Shockers on ESPN Plus.